moment of the day where we bring to you, listeners, everything that's happening around the maritime and the border on the Maritime and Border Show with Dilio Tommy. And
It's Chinaka.
yes, today is another beautiful day, another beautiful Sunday. We have a guest at the studio who is a freight forwarder and the leader of men. He has a lot to tell us and a lot to discuss and a lot of information to give out. It's raring to go. Well, before we start, I will first of all want to say a big congratulations to every Nigerian out there. Something we've been seeking for the past 14 years. That's the membership, the Category C membership of the International Maritime Organization. Last Friday we were voted in as a Category C member of the Council of the International Maritime Organization, and it's a big thing because it confers some level of recognition, some level of advantage, some level of whichever we want to look at it, it's good for the country and it's good for the individuals within the country, the citizens of this country. I say a very big congratulations to every Nigerian out there. Francis, what do you say?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it's something, I think for 14 years.
14 years, yeah.
We've been
Looking for
taken
that
out of
position,
that, and I would say that the Minister for Maritime and Blue Economy has done so well. His team, they've done so well to, bring us back.
Yeah.
But we must also realize that in bringing us back, there's a lot of expectations from countries that have voted for Nigeria to come back.
Yeah.
And so we would not expect anything less.
We overwhelmingly voted in.
So,
Yeah.
it's a good thing. Let's just leave it at that. Let us see what unfolds thereafter. Let it not be that it's too early for us to begin to talk about other things when we should actually be focusing on ensuring that things are done better and all of that. So congratulations to Nigeria. Congratulations to
it's the beginning of a good thing
the
to come.
Minister for Blue Economy. Congratulations to the stakeholders. Now they call them partners in the maritime industry.
Yeah.
Congratulations to all of us. This is the Maritime and Border Show, and like we said, today we have a lot of congratulations. A lot of people have been promoted. We believe that in the next few days we would see a new life within the Nigerian military, within the Nigerian Navy, within
Nigerian
the
Customs
Air Force,
Service,
and then the Nigerian Customs Service. This is still your dialing station. You don't have to leave this dial. It's 90.3 FM VOP. This is where it happens. Because everything we do on VOP is to educate you, to entertain you, to inform you, and to enlighten you.
Exactly.
And all our programs are interactive. So if you're tuned on to us, don't worry. Very soon we'll read out the numbers so you too can participate in this program.
You're welcome to the Maritime and Border Show once again.
So we go straight to our news item for today. The first item on our news is Nigerian Customs Service gets leadership boost with new appointments and promotions. The Nigerian Customs Service Board, NCSB, has announced new management appointments and special promotions effective immediately following a 64th regular meeting on November 25th, 2025. New appointments: 5 Deputy Controller Generals of Customs, DCGs, Baba Imam, Northeast, Isa Umar, Northwest, Tijani Abe, Northwest, Timi Bomodi, South-South, Oluyomi Adebanki, Southwest. 8 Assistant Controller Generals of Customs, ACGs, CG Ogbonna, Southeast, I Abba Aji, Northeast, GM Haruna, South-South, EJ Eldado, South-South, G Gaura, Northwest, I Isiako, Northwest, MS Schwaibu, North Central, MD Mela, Northeast. They also had 10 officers that were recognized for exceptional professionalism, leadership, and outstanding service performance. We have AC Fanyam, Controller of Customs, GM Shidali, Controller of Customs, S. Omofomo, Deputy Controller of Customs, OA Oladepo, Deputy Controller of Customs, AY Musa, Deputy Controller of Customs, A. Ogboru, Deputy Controller of Customs, AA May Wada, Deputy Controller of Customs, CNSN, Assistant Controller of Customs, H. Aliyu, Assistant Controller of Customs, AS Shofedeka, Deputy Superintendent of Customs. I mean, congratulations to all of you. I want to specially congratulate the outgoing controller of KLT, Joy Erdaduk. She's been promoted to an ACG,
Yeah.
and on behalf of every one of us here in VOP 90.3, we want to congratulate her on her promotion and wish her, well in her new endeavor.
Yes, I also want to specially congratulate the CG, that's a Deputy CG of Customs, that's Simi Bomadi, someone I know very well. I also want to congratulate, like you said, the Assistant Controller of Customs, Delduk, MS Schweib. These are people that are quite capable in what they do. Also, very big congratulations will go to our friend. Yes. The Customs Public Relations National Public Relations Officer. Yeah, he is. He's now the Controller of Customs.
Yes.
Congratulations to you, Controller.
Deputy Controller.
Deputy Controller Abdullahi Mewada. More grease to your elbow, like we say in our parlance here. Now, moving further, inside MOCA's diplomatic drive that restored Nigeria to IMO Council, the Secretary General of the Maritime Organization of West and Central Africa, MOCA, Dr. Paul Adaliku, has revealed how a coordinated regional diplomatic campaign helped Nigeria secure Nigeria's return to the International Maritime Organization Council after 14 years. Adaliku, who congratulated President Bola Tinubu and the Minister for Marine and Blue Economy, Adigboye Oyetola, on the victory, said it was unacceptable for a country with Nigeria's maritime influence to remain absent from the council for over a decade. He noted that Nigeria's vast maritime trade volume and its strategic role in the Gulf of Guinea make it a central player in Africa's maritime space. The creation of the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy by President Bola Tinubu is a strong signal of renewed national commitment to the sector, reinforcing Nigeria's profile as a leading maritime nation. MOCA was convinced that Nigeria was positioned to speak for other West and Central African maritime states, given its investments in multimodal logistics, linking rail to the Abuja Airport and Lagos Apapa Port, as well as expanding dry ports across Kaduna, Kano, Katsina, and other regions. Adaliku disclosed that as part of its strategy, MOCA undertook diplomatic visits to several countries within and outside Africa, securing assurances that Nigeria would receive stronger backing than its previous 7 unsuccessful attempts to rejoin the Council. By this victory, Nigeria now contributes directly to global shipping regulations, influence the IMO's strategic plan for the next 2 years, and position national maritime experts in high-level technical committees. The seat also allows Nigeria and regional partners to protect their fleets and defend their flag state interests, where key international decisions are made. It will also give Nigeria access to technical assistance, training, funding, and early intelligence on upcoming regulations, support that will strengthen both Nigeria's maritime industry and those of other MOCA states. My brother, this is a very good one. Yeah. Something that I've been seeking for the past 14 years, of course, now in reality. Say congratulations once again to the country and every proud Nigerian out there.
Wabotan congratulates Tinubu, Oyetola, Oyebanji on Nigeria's historic victory in IMO Council election. The Waterfront Boat Owners and Transportation Association of Nigeria, Wabotan, has congratulated President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Adegboyega Oyetola, and the former Managing Director of the Nigerian Inland Waterways Authority, NIWA, Bola Oyebanji, on Nigeria's resounding return to Category C of the International Maritime Organization, IMO Council. The congratulatory message was contained in a press statement signed by the National President of Wabotan, Mr. Babatunde Fajimoroku. He said that the development marks a historic milestone for Nigeria, which on Friday reclaimed its seat on the IMO Council following a decisive victory in the Category C election for the 2026-2027 biennium. Nigeria's return, announced during the IMO General Assembly in London, is the first in 14 years and restores the nation's influence in shaping global maritime policies. The minister's role has been pivotal in projecting Nigeria's renewed commitment to maritime security, safety, and blue economy development. His strategic engagements across continents and his dedication to repositioning Nigeria's maritime sector clearly paid off with this victory. Speaking after the announcement of results, Oyetola described the outcome as a major endorsement of the security improvements and policy initiatives driven under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. I mean, we can't stop talking about this.
Yeah,
You know,
it's a good one.
We say congratulations to us, congratulations to Nigerians as a whole.
Yeah, ahead of 2026 deployment, Emenike Odunton take an ALCA members to Single Windows Conference in Senegal. The national president of the national president of Association of Nigerian Licensed Customs Agents, and ALCA, that's Mr. Emenike Nwokeuji, his vice, Prince Segun Odunton, on Monday, 24th of November 2025, led a delegation of its members to the 11th International Single Window Conference, which held from Monday 24th through Friday 28th of November 2025 in Dakar, Senegal. The association disclosed that in anticipation of the deployment of the National Single Window Initiative of the Federal Government of Nigeria by first quarter of year 2026, ANALCA members will remain the solution to the trade facilitation in Nigeria and globally. The theme for the 2025 Dakar Conference is Logistics, Trade and Technology, New Challenges. The conference brought together international experts and stakeholders to discuss latest trends, share best practices, and strengthen collaboration in the field of single window and e-commerce. Yes, we can't stop talking about this soon to be introduced national single window. There needs to be enough education about what it entails, the advantages that it will give, and then probably the challenges that it may pose, so that we can overcome the challenges and reap more of the benefits.
Yeah, I also think that while ANALCA and other agencies, including the Nigerian Customs, are going on into other countries to be able to talk about it, we need a lot of education, a lot of stakeholders engagement in Nigeria, so that because it's Nigerians that will drive it, so that those who are going to drive it will be well informed and know their role that is expected of them. Nigerian Army Council elevates 105 senior officers in major leadership shakeup. In a sweeping move aimed at strengthening Nigeria's defense leadership architecture, the Army Council on Thursday, 27 November 2025, approved the promotion of 105 senior officers to the ranks of Major General and Brigadier General. According to an official statement released on Friday by the Acting Director of Army Public Relations, Lieutenant Colonel Apollonia Anele, the promotion exercise elevated 28 Brigadier Generals to Major General and 77 Colonels to Brigadier General, marking one of the most significant rounds of senior level advancements in recent years. Among the newly promoted Major Generals are several key figures in intelligence, operations, logistics, and training.
Yeah. Nigerian Navy announces promotion of senior officers across key commands. It's a season of promotion.
It is, yeah.
The Navy Board on Thursday, 27 November 2025, approved the promotion of 127 senior officers to various ranks in the Nigerian Navy, as stated in the press release signed by Commodore A. Adams Aliu. Breakdown of the promotions release showed that 15 commodores were promoted to the rank of Rear Admiral, 31 captains were promoted to the rank of Commodore, while 81 commanders were promoted to the rank of Captain.
For me, it's not just about promotion; it's about service delivery.
Sure.
I think it's also time
moral boosting.
The way people are disengaged from the force, we need to look into it. The government needs to look into it, because each time you appoint a new chief of army staff, those at, above him, and though if he's a younger officer, those above him are retired.
Yeah.
And it's creating serious vacuum.
Yeah.
In terms of transfer of knowledge, transfer of technology, and I think it's time the National Assembly looks into that.
Just to add to what you just said, I read somewhere in the course of the week that about the 10,000 personnel that were recruited into the Nigerian Army could not be found, or something like that. I don't know. I hope that story is not true. They all went on our will. I hope it's not true.
I don't know yet, but let's see. Nigerian Customs honors top commands and PR unit as CGC awards Spotlight Excellence. The Nigerian Customs Service has celebrated outstanding performance across its formations, recognizing officers, units, and commands at the 2025 Controller General of Customs Award Night in Abuja. The event, held at the close of a 2-day conference on reforms and operational efficiency, brought together senior officers, controllers, and invited guests. After a year, the service described as both record-breaking and transformational. The awards come at a time when Nigeria Customs has intensified modernization, enforcement, and public engagement efforts. The service says it surpassed its 2025 revenue target ahead of schedule, while also expanding trade facilitation programs and increasing high-profile seizures. For many stakeholders, the night offered an insight into what Customs sees as the pillars of its evolving reforms. Controller General of Customs Bashir Adewale Adeniyi praised officers for what he called a year of collective resolve. Tonight is about celebrating ourselves, he said. We have worked hard, delivered results, and strengthened the pillars that define our mandate. It is only right that we pause to acknowledge excellence within the service. Adeni added that revenue performance, enforcement operations, and digital modernization efforts were key drivers of the gains recorded. One of the most celebrated honorees was the Customs Public Relations Unit, recognized for its work in strategic communication and countering misinformation. The unit was singled out for improving public trust, enhancing media visibility during major programs, including the CPAC Summit and the CGC Conference, and strengthening relationship with stakeholders. I mean, it's a wonderful thing. What really caught my attention is the fact that the CG of Customs says that they have already hit their target and they have surpassed it, and yet the year has not ended. I mean, it shows that a lot of work has gone into it.
Sure. Moving on. What a bandit told me when I asked why they kill people. Ex-Minister Dalung shares chilling encounter. It's chilling indeed. Former Minister of Sports Solomon Dalung has recounted a chilling encounter with a bandit he shared on TikTok some time ago. Speaking in an interview with News Central, Dalung stated that he asked the bandit why they were killing people, and he replied that vigilantes also killed them and took their cattle. According to the former minister, the bandits claimed that this made them take up arms and decide to stay in the bush. He said, I was on TikTok one day and a young bandit trained in the bush. He said he is a bandit in the bush. Then I asked him, why do you kill people? And he said, well, you were also killed. he said, well, they were also killed and their cattle was taken away by the vigilantes. And so they took up arms and are in the bush. And I said, but you kill Fulanis like you and rustle their cows. And he told me, look, the only Fulanis they know are the ones in the bush. Anyone that is in the town is not a Fulani. If they see them, they will kill them. The confidence he was talking with was quite scary, Dalong said. He called on the National Assembly to amend the constitution so Nigerians can bear arms to protect themselves. My man, I think we are getting to that point. You know, a retired general, the person of T.Y. Danjuma a few years ago, recommended that every Nigerian should bear arms so that he or she can defend himself because of what he saw coming onto the country. And the security situation had not deteriorated up to the point where we have it now, when he made that suggestion then.
Yeah, for me, bearing of arms, you know that Nigerians, they have temper issue. And so we must be very careful for what we are wishing for. You know, I would say we must be very, very careful for what we are wishing for. You know, but that does not underscore the fact that Nigerians must be able to protect themselves. You know, but we look at it, when you protect yourself, what happens? The law comes after you. So it's neither here nor there. You know, but then I think that government needs to do more in terms of securing the lives and properties of Nigerians. I'm happy that the president has asked the IG of police to call back all police officers attached to VIP. But we hope it will work out. We hope.
Are they going to implement it?
Well, we hear that as at few days.
Pronunciations have always been made, but implementation is always a problem.
Yeah, but a few days back, the IG addressed Nigerians. He said they withdrawn 11,000 officers so far. So we're hoping that they will really look into it. Comptroller Godwin Otunla takes up the mantle at Maritime Mohammed International Airport, unveils agenda for enhanced revenue performance. Controller Godwin Otunla has taken over the mantle of leadership of the Maritime Mohammed Airport Command as a customs area controller, promising to uphold the highest professional standards at the command. Controller Otunla took over on Thursday, 27 November 2025, from Controller Michael Awe, who retired after meritorious service to the Nigerian Customs Service and his fatherland. Otunla, in his inaugural address, described the retired Controller Awe as an excellent officer with high standards of discipline, who, according to him, has left a significant legacy at the command. He pledged to continue on the legacy left behind by focusing on the trade facilitation, revenue generation, and anti-smuggling. In his words, I am committed to upholding the highest standards of professionalism, integrity, and service delivery he left behind. Together, we shall raise the bar of performance and institutional integrity. So, as we know, I think on Wednesday, the outgoing controller, Awe, talked about seizures and all of that.
Yes, drugs, guns, and including immigration uniforms. Worth over 7.02 billion naira were seized, and the outgoing controller of customs, Michael T. Awe, showcased those things just shortly before he handed over to Controller Otunla. In there, I keep wondering why the prevalence of seizures despite the fact that we have a lot of these drugs being seized almost on daily basis, more and more people are going to drug trafficking. I wonder what the country is becoming.
It's all about the money involved.
Actually, 3 packages of Colorado was there. 4 packages of, a whole lot of things that were seized, including walkie-talkie, were seized. And Canadian Loud. It's such a terrible situation. Tramadol, a whole lot of them were displayed that day. I keep praying that we get it right one day, and they'll be able to convince Nigerians to put their money into doing legitimate trade and not, investing in things like drugs that will ruin the public health. Moving on, Customs boss Adeni announces mandatory drug tests for incoming service serving officers. The Comptroller General of Customs Adeola Adeni on Friday, 21st November 2025, said the Nigerian Customs Service has concluded arrangements to subject all incoming officers and men to a mandatory drug test as part of the ongoing recruitment exercise. CGC Adeni, who disclosed this during the closing session of the CGC's 2025 conference in Abuja, said the measure was designed to ensure that no recruit enters the service with substance abuse tendencies that could compromise judgment, security responsibilities, or operational integrity. According to him, the new directive is aimed primarily at the fresh intake of recruits, but serving officers will also be captured as the service moves towards establishing what is described as a fully drug-free institution. He said a mandatory drug test will be carried out for all officers and men across all zones, commands, and at the headquarters, noting that the service would no longer tolerate a situation where personnel make sensitive decisions while under the influence of drugs. CGC Adeni explained that the decision was informed by experiences where erratic behavior or poor decision making in some commands was later linked to substance abuse. It's also a very good one. You check the people that you are employing to the Nigerian Customs Service, and of course, from time to time, you also subject the officers to some tests.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I wish they could do the same for the Nigerian police, especially because
the Nigerian police.
A lot of things the Nigerian police officers do. Sometimes you ask yourself, were these people really trained? Did they pass through any form of training? There's a video that's been
went viral
online, where a police officer was almost tearing the clothes of a bus conductor. He held, and people were saying, let him. You held on to him. Even when people said they were doing video, he said, do your video. I'm telling you, it's such an eyesore, and you keep asking, what is really going on? I mean, we know that there's people are frustrated, but those who are employed to maintain law and order should have, should be able to restrain themselves, from certain situations.
I used to have this. I had this experience some years back where I was working with an agency, and I just passed through a place, sort of a building that was yet to be completed, and there was some sort of bush surrounding it, some trees. I saw smoke coming up, and I peered through. I saw it was a policeman, and he was doing that with some guys, of course, the guys within the area. I was now wondering, is this guy not supposed to be arresting the people that are smoking these hard drugs? Well, the person I was working with said, well, they know themselves now, so.
All right, Logistics Institute pushes for legislative recognition modernization. The Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport Nigeria, CILT, says the key priority of the new administration would focus on securing legislative recognition and driving comprehensive institutional transformation for economic growth. The CILT Nigeria's president and chairman of council, Dr. Boboye Oyeyemi, said this at his investiture as the 21st president and swearing in of other members of the council on Thursday in Lagos. Oyeyemi was the former Corps Marshal and Chief Executive of the Federal Road Safety Corps. He said the institute would secure legislative recognition for CLT Nigeria to strengthen national and global institutional credibility. Project 2027 aims to secure legislative recognition for CILT, Nigeria granting statutory authority to regulate professional standards, protect its chartered status, and strengthen national and global institutional credibility.
NCJTFLCA condemns unwarranted attack and detention of its officials. The National Compliance Joint Task Force of Licensed Customs License Clearing Agents, the NCJTFLCA, has reported a disturbing incident that occurred on Monday, November 24, 2025, at the Seme border. According to a press release signed by its National Policy Secretary, Reverend Alex Nwokedi, our officials, led by the Western Zone PRO, Comrade AA Victor, were conducting routine monitoring of goods and services at a location near Badagry roundabout when they observed suspicious activities, including trucks with covered registration numbers, and decided to investigate further. There and then, they were confronted by a group of over 30 individuals, allegedly led by Analca officials who assaulted and inflicted injuries on them. Comrade A.A. Victor was thrown into a nearby drainage where he sustained serious injuries. Our officials reported the incident at the police, and the case is currently under investigation. We are outraged by the subsequent actions of the customs officials who detained our officials for 3 days without justification, allegedly at the behest of the DC Enforcement Office, Badagry. They were released on bail after paying a significant amount of money and signing an undertaking. NCJTFLCA demands a thorough investigation into the attack and detention of our officials, the release of all detained officials without conditions, action against those responsible for the smuggling activities, and transparency in customs operations at the Seme border. This is a serious one.
You recall, I think 3 weeks or 4 weeks when we had a guest who operates on that axis.
Yeah.
When he came for the program, and we asked him, what is happening with the issue of what do you call it now? The issue of illegalities going on at Seme border.
Yeah.
He tried to say that no smuggling. Well, if it is happening, he tried to cover it up. But you see, now an organization is saying that it is happening. And rather than address the issue, members of that organization are subjected to humiliation, abuse, and even detention.
Yeah.
I mean, this is really, really uncalled for. It's sad.
It's a terrible one. And of course, in the course of the program, we are going to talk more about it for obvious reasons. Let's not let the cat out of the bag yet. Go on. The next one.
All right. Madam, Customs CG, ex-Nemasa DG, Bashir Jamo, commiserate Asu Bex over loss of wife. The Controller General of Nigerian Customs Service, Bashir Adewale Adeniyi, the former Director General of Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, as well as the Maritime Reporters Association of Nigeria, MARAN, have sent condolences to veteran maritime journalist and convener of Maritime Elders Platform, Elder Asubex, over the recent demise of his wife, late Mrs. Helen Asubex. Adeni, in a letter dated 25th of November 2025, on behalf of the officers and men of the Customs Service, extended his deepest condolences to Asupex's family in this challenging time, even as he offered prayers for the family to bear the loss. Please accept our deepest and most heartfelt condolences during this difficult time. Our thoughts and prayers are with you and your family as you mourn the great loss. All of us at VOP,
we are saying our
FM,
heartfelt condolences to
with your family,
and
we ask you to be strong.
He was he's a senior journalist and a senior colleague, and he was here over about 2 months ago.
Yes,
I wish the soul of the wife is received in the bosom of the Lord. Now, moving on. Eto call-up come to Aslam's MPA TTP over harbors and port duty congestion story. The national president of the Council of Maritime Truck Unions and Associations, COMTWA, Adeyinka Areyewu, has slammed the management of the Nigerian Ports Authority (MPA) and the Truck Transit Park (TTP) for running a failed call-up system. Quoting harborsport.com story titled ATO system overhaul. Trucks must match tickets to terminals. Apapa port manager. Aroyewu said that the port manager, Adebowale Lawal Abraham explanation in the story only confirms Comtour's position over the years that the call-up system had failed. The statement by Comtour read in part, it's almost 5 years into the call-up regime, and he is mentioning an obvious flaw we have often reiterated. While he's admitting the failure of the system to address the gridlock and congestion, he's gradually shifting the goalposts in the middle of the match. We have forever posited that it is the terminal operators and not the MPA as it is now that should be in charge of call-up. For its enlightenment and records, all trucks signify their terminals of destination before approval given to them to be called up. That he is putting up a pseudo and fraudulent addition to the conditions of the failed call-up in less than 3 months to the expiration of the TTP contract is laughable. We need not to reinforce failure. NPA should allow terminal operators call trucks and let the congestion or gridlock disappear. I really noted. Last week we brought in a transporter who talked about this issue of call-up and its failures. And the port manager of one of the ports in the country was suggesting that the trucks with call-up should line on one lane of the road and leave the other lane for the other. So he was saying that that's a failure in itself, and that's exactly what Mr. Aroyewu here is reiterating, that they should allow the terminal operators to do the call-up system like this. We are not being contracted to a private hand by the MPA.
The thing is, there seems to be a lot of hanky-panky in this call-up system.
Obviously so.
Yes, and because of it, there seem to be other interests that are not interests in terms of
pecuniary interests.
Yeah. So it needs to be looked into and addressed, because we cannot afford another level of dreadlocks at that Apapa axis again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we cannot. It's not going to work out. So, well, this is still the Maritime and Border Show on VOP 90.3 FM. We're moving on. As you know, today we have a special guest, and our guest is somebody who is he's an author. Let me not forget that.
Yeah.
He's an author. He's written a book on corruption.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's of course, his name is Chief Basil Childinwoli, sir. He's the national president of the National Compliance Joint Task Force of Licensed Clearing Agents, the NCJTF-LCA. It's while we're talking about the things that made the news in the week, in the course of the week, we read an article that had to do with his his association, where some of his members were beaten up while trying to conduct a research about the number of vehicles that passes through a particular corridor and everything. But because of the corruption within the system, another set of people from another association came and attacked them with the cooperation of certain officials. And he will talk about it in the course of the program. Mr. Chief Mwolisa, you are welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much, Dilly. Thank you, Chila.
All right, let me calm down. I know he's your man. Let me start with him. I'm trying to understand what's the relationship between Anaka and your group. What's the relationship like?
The relationship is one is the wife of the authorities. One is the wife to the authorities because of what they can get. The other one is a transparent organization trying to, to put things in proper perspectives, trying to create transparency in the maritime industry, and also fighting issues of corruption. That is the job of National Compliance Joint Task Force, whereas ANALCA is like a wife to the powers that be, to the government agencies, to the extent that their secretariat was built up by an organization. You see,
By an organization. What do you mean by that?
Well, which organization?
their secretariat was built by the former CG of Customs, Diko.
Okay.
That is why you see inscribed on it in the Diko Abdullahi.
Okay.
That means the man paid the complete money to the to build their secretariat. So they are indebted to Customs, you know. So we were not indebted to anybody.
When you say indebted to Customs, this is supposed to be an organization not run by Customs but run by individuals.
Yes.
You know, are they not supposed to fight for the rights of their members?
The reason
rather than fighting for the rights.
No, they are using their members as bargaining chips to receive brown envelope from Customs and other.
I mean, this is serious.
It is what it is. It is what it is. Because at the end of the day, the other day I complained in this studio how the One Port area controller was collecting money, was allowing some people, some officials from that place to collect money from people that are clearing auction containers to the extent of 2 to 3 million before they can take auction containers. When I did that, it is ANALCA officials, the former chairman and the performing chairman right now, that complained and said that we are not a bona fide organization, that we have no right to insult their fathers, that Customs are their fathers, and they are like children of the Customs.
Oh.
In other words, they are saying that every member of ANALCA.
No, every member of elected officials of ANALCA are partners to Customs in whatever they do. And this means that the members of the ANALCA are up for as a bargain chip.
You are not saying that they are collateral damage.
Of course, exactly. There's no other word better than that.
This is serious.
Because let me ask you a question. You know, you can see Custom Federal Operation operating on top of the bridge. And the members of ANALCA are complaining, coming to our office to complain that we should do something about it. While their leaders are saying that I should leave those people alone, that they are arresting drugs. I said they are arresting drugs. How? The officers that are doing 100% examination in the port, they are not arresting the drugs. What happens is this: the officers in the port, when they see anything incriminating, they will call FOU and tell them about it after collecting their own money and release it.
And wait. You, from what you're saying, you are now indicting.
I am not indicting. I'm telling you the obvious. If Custom inside the port that conducted 100% examination will not see a contraband item or an item that is not supposed to come into the country, like guns and so on and so forth, like expired pharmaceuticals, like they said the other day that Custom arrested, FOU arrested expired pharmaceuticals. The officers that did 100% examination, that did clear checkup of the goods, physically opened the container, look at everything, they did not see that these pharmaceuticals are expired. They did not see these guns. It is the officer at Mile 2 Bridge that is seeing it from there. It is simple. The officer that conducted the examination collected his own money
and gave information
to the one on top of the bridge to collect his own.
Wow.
And when he is talking out of knowledge that information has been passed to him, the agent normally, who might have been aware that this man has collected money and concealed the information, will be saying, no, we don't have such a thing. Only to discover that the man he's talking to is more knowledgeable than what is happening than him.
How old this National Compliance Joint Task Force of License Clearing Agents, how long have you been?
We are celebrating our 3rd year anniversary on the 10th of December.
Because we're just hearing about you.
Yes. What happened was that we don't just come and make noise. For the past 3 years, we are investigating what is going on in the maritime industry. and we have discovered that every organization in the maritime industry has no credibility.
When you say
Every organization.
You're talking about the Nigerian Ports Authority, you're talking about
every
the
organization.
NASA, you're talking about
all of them.
Customs,
Nigerian
police,
Customs Service,
the
you're talking about Marine
the
Police,
Marine
you're talking
Police,
about Shippers Council.
Let me put it this way: all the organizations in the maritime industry. Let me just be, 80% of them have no credibility, have no integrity.
Okay, going further, I mean,
please, can he expatiate a little bit?
Good. In the case of, you are talking about custom. Now, custom have opportunity to have a listening president, according to them, that the president of Nigeria today is a listening president.
Yeah.
Is it not better for them to put a system that works, that is transparent?
In place.
If you bring your consignment, already know the budget to clear it. You go to their portal and get information on the consignment, and you pay the custom duty, you do your examination. If everything you did is in tandem with your declarations and all that, you carry your goods and go. If it is not, they will look at it and do the right thing. They are not doing it because they want physical contact with every importer, with every agent, so that you come and negotiate. You see Agent A clearing a container of pharmaceutical with 200,000. You see Agent B clearing the same pharmaceutical product with 500,000. What does it really make you feel? That it looks as if the other one that cleared with 200,000, he has more contact, he has more long leg. Is this responsibility? Is there integrity in this? There's no integrity. And then you talk about Nigerian Ports Authority, the TTP, all this rubbish you come up with, they are coming up with every day. It is to extort money from the public.
And that drives up the cost of doing business and the cost transfer to the final consumer.
The book I wrote, that book took me almost 15 years. Investigating the toll of corruption, investigating corruption. Okay. Corruption is the second name of Nigeria.
Oh.
Yes. So corruption is the second name.
Not Nigeria, maybe some Nigerians.
No, Nigeria as a nation is being led by leaders. Our leaders are completely and totally corrupt in every angle. They don't want to do the thing the right way. Okay, when Mr. President came up and said, oh, we want to remove subsidy, they remove it. All of us, everybody made noise, shouted and did all this, and we adjusted and continued. Why can't custom, for once, put a program on ground to collect duty of their goods and allow consignment to go without having an agent putting an alert? They will put an alert in a container, you go physically, you negotiate, they collect money, they remove the alert. All these things, and then you clear your goods, and you have any little discrepancy that even the law permits, they will escalate it and send messages to other branches of custom to arrest you and extort money from you. A case in hand recently, there's a pharmaceutical product, 1 by 20 feet container, that was cleared, released by customs in the port, only to come out of the gate, and other officials arrested the container and took it to FOU. On getting to the FOU, the owner of the container went there. They were calling big money for him for settlement. He refused. When he refused, they got angry because of the amount he was talking, and they outright seized the container. On seizing the container, they gave him contact of somebody that will go to the ACG headquarters to write the container as auction. He paid 11 million. I will give you receipt before I go. After paying the 11 million naira, the seal went ahead and went and stole the goods from the container and emptied it at FOU. As I speak to you, the container is there with the truck, no single goods inside. And we wrote them, asking questions. They said they transferred it they transferred the container to NAFDAC. They thought that we'll give up. We went to NAFDAC. NAFDAC said it's a lie, that they did not send anything to them. As I speak now, 94 cartons of those goods are in police custody. And were arrested from people. Information came to us. When we start investigating case, until we get to the root, we don't talk about it. 94 cartons now are with the police formation in Nigeria today that help us to apprehend it at where they are doing way bill at Ido to Kano. The 7 arrests were made, and all of them made a statement, including an official of the Nigerian custom. I hope you understand me. So we are not joking about this. When you think you see us here compliant joint task force, we want to clean up the urgent table. You cannot continue living like in a banana republic. So that anywhere you go, people will be seeing responsible Nigerians as criminals because of activities of our people.
A few individuals.
We can't continue.
All right.
I have dropped my towel on the table, my towel on this ring. Let's chase these criminals out.
Okay.
That's it.
Could you talk to us a bit more about that issue that we read about in the news that concerned your
Yes.
people?
My men suddenly started noticing trucks, hundreds of trucks. You know, these long trucks coming from Cotonou.
Okay.
Double trucks. As
Yes, passing without plate number, identification number of vehicle. They will use cloth to wrap it. They will use nylon to wrap and seal it with sellotape. We were shocked. We said, it doesn't mean that there is no record of the throughput of trade within the African borders. We should be able to have records of number of goods coming into Nigeria and number of goods and services leaving Nigeria. So we started now counting the vehicle. When they saw my men counting the vehicle with their reflectives, they went to where they are working and arrested, and beat them up the first day. They beat them up, wounded them. My men went to the police station and reported the matter. The DBO told them that it was the DC enforcement of Nigerian custom that ordered those Analka people to go and beat them up and tear their clothes and took their reflectives and pushed one of them inside a very deep gutter in that area. He was very, very wounded. It was only the police that gave him permission to go and treat himself. He was, was held up in the hospital for days before he was released. Then those that were not there went to go and ask custom DC enforcement, why did you all beat up our men? They carried them and detained them. They were detained for 3 days, after which they collected 200,000 naira to bail them.
I don't understand. The customs
collected the money was.
Hold on. Let us so that our listeners can also follow up.
Yes.
When you said they paid 200,000 for bail, bail is free. I don't even know whether. Let's even look at the Nigerian police that arrest, whose responsibility is to arrest. Now we're talking of customs. So you know what I mean? People pay to get bail from customs.
The money was paid into the account of those illegal of that command. I will give you a receipt before I go, receipt of payment. You don't know the madness, the level of madness that is going on.
Hold on, please. As it was the Nigerian Customs Service officers, are they empowered to arrest people on civil cases? Not
the case that went to the police are still investigating. The people went to go and ask because the DPO asked them to go and find out from the DC enforcement why the Anaka people went and beat them. The DC hauled them inside cell for 3 days and started negotiating their bail from 2 million. They ended up 200,000. And they wrote undertaking that the custom type undertaking said that they will persecute them if they repeat that, cannot be prosecuted. I will give you. They said they will custom typed. They said if they catch them again, they will persecute them.
Not prosecute.
What I'm trying to understand.
You know that there's a difference between persecute and prosecute. This case, they said they will persecute them.
No, what I'm trying to understand.
I know they have been persecuting me for the past 3 years.
No, what I'm trying to understand is why would Anaka? Because I think Anaka is in the middle of all of this. Why would Anaka? I'm wishing we will bring the national chairman of Anaka. Why would Anaka allow themselves to be used for such unholy activity? Why would they reduce themselves knowing that they're also fighting another body that is not a government parastatal?
Yes, why they have to do that is that they are relying on the fact that after all the collection of money the customs do at the border there, they just give them 200,000 every month because they are jobless. All those people that the executive officials of this organization, this so-called premier organization, they have no business in clearing. How can you be surviving 5, 6, 10 of you every month with 200,000? Are you getting me? 200,000 does he run anybody's expenses under 1 month? But because they are riffraffs that claim to be anarcho officials, they are blindly fighting for people stealing trillions of naira.
All right.
You see about 100 trucks passing without duty.
Let me ask you this, sir.
Who takes the money?
In all of this,
Yes.
has your organization taken it up with Anarca?
Taking it up as how?
For the fact that they are men.
And
let
us
us
dialogue or confrontation.
Yes, let us forget
I want you to
the
know.
role. Let us leave the role the customers played. But let us look at your organization and Anarca. Have you written to them? Have you reached out to their hierarchy to know why they would do that?
First and foremost, you have to understand that the role that National Compliance Joint Task Force is playing is that of anti-corruption. We are not an association. I hope you are aware that we are not an association. We are a pressure group.
Okay.
We are investigators. I'm a member of ANALCA. Are you aware that I'm a member of ANALCA?
You're a card member of ANALCA?
Yes, I was the secretary of ANALCA some years back, and I contested the election on several occasions in the ANALCA platform, and I've been chairman of task forces and committees in the past. As I speak to you now, I'm a member of board of trustee of National Association of Government Approved Freight Forwarders.
That's
NAGAF. I'm the president of Association of Nigerian Custom Brokers. We are in this organization. We are not enemies. But the leadership of ANALCA
are you talking about the national, or you're talking about the leadership?
The leadership anywhere is just a leadership of ANALCA. These are men and women that don't know what they are doing, because they are not doing anything to help their members. What is the use of an organization? You use the organization platform to fight for the rights of your members. These people are using organization platform to fight for their pocket. And nothing else. Yes, nothing else. You see now they have flown to Senegal or where?
Yeah, Senegal, Dakar, Senegal.
If I don't want to mention it, but if I tell you the people that bought their tickets, you'll be shocked. So what are we talking about? This is madness to the extreme. So they are not representing ANALCA members; they are representing themselves.
So, this case you talked about now that we also read about. How far has it gone? Has there been any kind of dialogue?
As I speak now, the OC Legal is threatening my people right now. As I'm in this studio now, the OC Legal is threatening my people.
The OC Legal is a custom officer.
The custom officer that received 200,000 in his own account. Are you getting me? In fact, he's threatening one of the officers, claiming that he's the officer that gave him my number. I don't need anybody to give me any official's number. They seem not to understand who I am. This is my 39th year in the maritime industry. I'm no longer, if I were in a military or anywhere, they would have pulled me out since. I hope you understand me. If I was a custom official, I must have resigned. Retired since 5 or 6 years ago. I'm not a boy. Are you getting what I'm saying? So he was now threatening. If not for time, I would have liked to pray his conversation with him.
No, it's not.
Are you getting me? So this is wrong. This is our country. Nobody is more Nigerian than any one of us.
Okay, please just tell us a little bit more about your investigation, because you said your guys were doing some kind of research.
Yes.
What was the suspicion and what were your findings?
Of what?
That's the vehicles that they said.
The vehicles were carrying contraband goods.
Okay, and they were coming.
And you understand that if you are moving in Nigeria in Lagos between 1 a.m. and 4 a.m., you can come across some vehicles that have been disorganized, cars, but they are built to carry 50 to 100 bags of rice.
They actually customized in local parlance.
Yes. Or you see trucks that are carrying trailers that are carrying goods. What 2 trailers?
Yeah.
Double trailer. I'll give you video. They are here and the pictures. They are coming to the Nigeria without corresponding duty regime or whatever revenue that are accruable to Nigeria. So because of my Bain's presence in Semeboda, they were asked now to start covering their plate numbers. And that one agitated us, and they decided to take counting, to count the, something you don't have the numbers now, there's no record again now, just to take to count.
Head count
of the trailers coming in and going out. That is what brought about the whole of this persecution. This is persecution, like they wrote it in, they typed that letter or undertaking, they say it's persecution. That if you dare it to take any record again any day, we are going to persecute you. I've sent it to you.
I saw that.
Why this whole thing is
I wanted him to put a figure to the little finance so that Nigerians can have
why
it.
I am really bothered is because the area controller in Semeboda, what's that?
Wale Adenuga.
Yes, he has been up and doing, so to say. He has been over. He has been
up and doing. Yes.
He was the one who complained about too many checkpoints on that axis.
Those are rich rockies.
I'm coming, sir. And then he came also to inform CG and himself came also to inform Nigerians that they have reduced it to two. One at Agbara and the other one at Agbaji.
Yes, they did.
So,
but it's just a joke. It's a great joke. The moment it's 7 p.m., more than other 20 other checkpoints will spring up everywhere. You take it. You are a journalist. You're supposed to investigate. Take that road by 8 o'clock, 9. You see them, they are there.
So please, sir.
It is a money-making machine.
For who?
For them. Including himself.
Wow. So, with the little finance people make, what do you think will be the loss Nigeria has incurred with those trailers coming in?
Nigeria is losing a lot. Because they are collecting the revenue on behalf of Nigeria in their private pockets. These goods are coming in without duty. And the worst thing is that the controller you are talking about has anointed 10 agents in Semeboda. Only 10 agents can clear goods in Semeboda. They can print power, or they can they are anointed to render services to the remaining thousands of other agents. Only 10. Others are cut off, blocked off, because they don't want
they don't want exposure.
They don't want exposure. And now, goods that are coming into Nigeria don't come on the daytime. That's why in the daytime you will see only custom 2 checkpoints. What are they doing? Just observatory. Do you understand me? But in the night they will come out to open their shops. Are you getting me? They open their shops and they are doing their bricks businesses. You can take a walk. I don't talk. These things I'm talking, some of them are recorded as videos and pictures and with us.
All right, so let me.
You know that I will not come on the studio to come and talk what I cannot verify.
Exactly. So let's digress a little.
That's green. That's
green. I'm sure you've heard about the fact that right now containers are not moving from Apapa on Transaya, and one is asking what is the problem, because ordinarily, I don't know, but ordinarily any container on Transaya should not be stopped by customs. So why is it that customs, still the same customs that are asking? First of all, customs are licensed individuals to operate bonded terminals. And these bonded terminals are also manned by customs. So why is it now that customs too, after asking these people to pay money to open up these terminals, are also stopping them from moving containers on Transaya to their terminals?
I want to ask you a question. Why did you think that they should ask people not to take those goods to the bonded terminal? The bonded terminal officials are settling customs. They are paying for goods to come to their terminal. Maybe they gave them a benchmark how much they should settle them, and they couldn't. Then they started to put that head. does it mean that it's an illegal thing to take containers to bonded terminal? Is it illegal?
Of course not now. The purpose for
Who registered them? Is it not customs? Who licensed them to operate? Why are they saying that the goods will not go there? Because they are not settling well. So what else do you want to hear?
Wow.
Even if you call the members of the bonded terminal because of fear, it's a demon. You know, fear is a demon.
Sure.
They will not collaborate what I said. But ask yourself, they will not collaborate what I said, but ask yourself, why should custom disallow bonded terminal from signing the Transire? Meanwhile, there are custom officials at those terminals to do the same thing those that are in the border ports are doing.
Yeah.
Why are they refusing to allow these people to bring it to the? But do you know what they will tell you? They will tell you that they are diverting the containers.
They say they should go and get par.
They say they should divert the container. A container that goes to bonded terminal gets par too. It works with par. They say they are diverting container. Meanwhile, it's expected that container that is on Transire will be escorted to the bonded terminal by custom officials. Who is diverting it dead? It's just like giving a rat, not a yam, fish to keep. But when they negotiate well, they will divert it. Look, there's no excuse. There are certain policies that are inexcusable. Are you getting me? Custom has no right to stop containers from going to the bonded terminals. If they do not have the technical resources to make sure that goods that go to the bonded terminal obey the rules through their men, they should be ashamed of themselves.
Or rather, they should then stop giving them licenses to operate.
They should be ashamed of themselves. And don't forget that bonded terminals are heavy investments.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
And after those heavy investments,
you not strangulate them.
What do you think that the people, the owner of the container will do? They will now go and have a meeting and raise an envelope for customs. Before you know it, next 2-3 weeks now, they will say, okay, these are madness. We should not encourage it. They have no right to stop it for a minute. They're supposed to allow it. If they have found that their men are not doing what they're supposed to do, they should rebuild, retrain, and reinvigorate.
Because now that we're talking about the issues of corruption, the issues of unworthy activities going on in the sector,
unwholesome practices.
Yes. So let's look at the issue of your relationship. Like you talked about NPA. What's your organization's relationship with Nigerian Shippers Council?
We don't have any relationship with Nigerian Shippers Council. I was at the Shippers Council with the man that called on phone, that the doctor or something.
Bashir.
I don't remember, Dr. Bashir. I was there physically to help us solve a problem.
Was the problem solved?
He wasn't, because he was explaining out that the shipping company and the terminal, they have right to make their money. They have heavy investment. He was defending them. So I got angry and walked away. He later told somebody that that my problem, that he will not solve it. And he will not solve it because of the way I talked. I don't need Shippers Council to solve my problem. The shipping company, if they see me in the office, they know that I'm a nightmare. They don't do the right thing. They will hear it on radio, or they see it on TV, or we see it in the media. So I don't need a Shippers Council that is corrupt. I always mention it, they are very corrupt. He was defending himself that he was calling. They are very, very corrupt. I don't need them to help me solve my problems.
Yeah, but part of the question he usually raises when he calls in is the fact that practitioners such as yourself, you talked about you now being a member of Analka, also being a member of NAGAF and several others. Why can't people have a common front? It usually raises those questions.
Who determines who have the common front is they themselves. It is they, the custom, the Nigerian Shippers Council. They have their son, they have their daughters, they have their wives among the associations. It's a variety. And It's just like being the president of Nigeria. You tell the governor of Imo State that you make him president of Nigeria if you leave. Tell the governor of Anambra you make him president of Nigeria. Tell the governor of Bauchi that you make him president of Nigeria. Tell all of them become more age, fighting each other, telling you after they hear that you told Anambra will hear that it's Imo. They will not come and tell you. Imo will come and tell you that Anambra cannot perform. You will put you in trouble. That's exactly what is happening. It's divide and rule policy. All these associations, most of them don't even know their right from their left. You can imagine that custom will collect trillions of naira in bribe and give you 200,000. Are you not insane? And because of that, they are defending that nonsense. Me, I cannot defend anybody for $100 billion. Talk less of 200,000. You know, Esauic spirit. Do you know Esau in the Bible?
Yeah. Yeah.
Esauic spirit is a demon that is demonizing Nigerians. How can you collect 200,000? That vehicles that are supposed to pay 15 million, 20 million as custom duty are coming in, hundreds of them from 1st of the month to the 30th. At the end of the day, they give you 200,000. Boy, you are an idiot. It's an idiocy. I hope you understand me. And what are you doing? You are destroying the economy of Nigeria.
Yeah.
You are destroying Nigeria. All those goods are supposed to pay revenue into the coffers of the government, for government to be able to execute her projects.
Yeah. All right, sir. Now that we're talking about the economy of Nigeria, and we're also talking about the single window, with all these things going on, don't you think that the single window would be able to address this corruption?
Look, Nigeria is a funny nation. We always come with different stories. Biodogu, Dogu, single window, NISS, whatever. Even if you make it half window, they will still look for a way to make sure that it doesn't work if it is not satisfying their selfish interests. I hope you understand me. Any policy can work if the people that set up their policy are sincere. For example, NSCS or whatever you call it can work if you put it in proper perspective. The single window can work if you do due diligence. Are you getting me? Single window is beautiful. The policy is fantastic. I read it. I thought that it's a fantastic one. But will they allow it to survive?
When you say they...
Yeah, sir. Sorry. Don't you think you should be pointing out the fact that the areas that may have challenges, they should work on them? That is your duty.
How can they work on them? Look, have you ever seen me attend any custom program? Have you seen me in their program?
Why don't you attend?
Because they will not invite us. Even when we tell them, invite us, let us be there, they will not invite us. Because they see us as enemies. But from what I'm saying, are we enemies?
Of course not.
Are we enemy of Nigeria? Are we working against the survival of Nigeria? They will not even invite, they will not seek our opinion. Even if we advance them a free opinion, they won't take it. Because they have already made up my mind to do whatever they like.
All right, looking at the Biodogu, to every clearing agent, to everybody in the sector, it's a wonderful system.
Yeah.
Now, just oppose it with the NISS 2. What do you think has been the problem of Biodogu?
The problem of Biodogu is that the technical aspect of the development of the program is wrong. They don't have network. If you want to get your power through the Biodogu, you might spend 2 weeks or 3 weeks to get it. At times, officers pass the night at custom headquarters so that they can be able to capture the power. Are you getting me? Because there's no network in the daytime. And I asked a question. As I traverse the world, as you see me here, me waka about, I've been to Egypt, I've been to United Kingdom, to South Africa, to Benin Republic, to Ghana, to do business of clearing or freight forwarding or whatever, even a part-time basis in some countries, some years. What happens is that if you pay duty for a consignment in other countries, for example, if you pay duty now, Pakam, the person you pay the duty to will respond immediately, automatically, and send you a receipt that you have paid the duty. Are you getting me? And you send debit note for shipping company immediately as you are sitting down on your table. The receipt will come out immediately. Are you getting me? And then they will forward you your DO to the terminal.
Okay.
In real time. So that if you want, you can take delivery of that consignment that same day or the next day. But here, you have to romance everybody. If you capture your job in custom, if you get the power finally after 21 days or 30 days, and they capture it, they are waiting for you at the CPC with a CG alert, with a AIG alert, with a revenue alert, with enforcement alert, with granite alert.
Please explain this for
then you will be going around romancing all of them. Oh, Oga, why did you put alert? This is your classification. It's not good. What they're supposed to do with that alert? They're supposed to leave it. If the guy gets to the custom examination, it's an official waiting for him. The official will look at the whole variations and tell him what you paid is okay. Exited. Or what you paid is not enough.
Go and pay.
They will upgrade and give you what to pay. But you have settled a lot with 700 to 1 million on one container. Okay, why are they putting the alert if not for the money? They should be ashamed of themselves.
I remember a few months, was it earlier this year or last year? Yeah. The CG of Custom talked about this issue of alert. And I think he said that only the valuation, DC valuation, had the right to place alert. But it appears that nobody obeys, instructions.
Yes, they will not obey. Because do you think that the policemen that are roadblocks, they are trying to help Nigeria solve problems? Do you think that is why there are checkpoints everywhere?
That's
They are not trying to help Nigeria solve problems. They want to help themselves solve their own problem.
In what way, sir?
Because if you come to the checkpoint, they will tell you that they have not taken water since last week. You give them money to buy water now. Sure? Or they tell you that you don't have a plate number registration, or you don't have tinted glass. They will tell you one story or the other. Your money must drop. So they are not doing a lot to save the interest of Nigeria. It is for their own pocket. A lot is for personal aggrandization. And I will be a shameless man to say that it is not. And the integrity of the CG is at stake by this alert. If I were him, I will abandon this issue of alert forthwith.
All right. This is still VOP 90.3. This is still VOP 90.3 FM. We are on the Maritime and Border Show. And it's time for us to open the telephone lines. Like I said, it's interactive. We want to hear from you. We have Dr. Nebolisa still with us. Dr. Nwolisa is still with us, and he's talking about the corruption within the maritime and maritime industry, so to say. So our lines will be open now. Those if you don't have the line numbers, it's 0700 903 903 903.
We also have a WhatsApp call number and chat line 0817 175 6338.
0803 6929933. Our lines are open, for you to call in. Our lines are open for you to call in. I'm sure our guests will still answer your questions, no matter what angle you're coming from. Okay, so let me bring us back. Your job is to investigate what is happening in the industry. Hold on. Hello?
Listeners, you are also free to send in your messages, your WhatsApp messages.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon, sir. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Good afternoon, sir.
We can hear you. Good afternoon.
Prince Chilaka. My name is Robert. I greet everybody in the studio.
We greet you, sir.
I am not in the marital sector, but I listen to your program every Sunday, sir. and I want to learn. And I also want to thank the Oga that said that is exposing the corruption in the maritime, particularly the custom sector.
Yeah.
God will bless you, sir. Thank you. I am always listening to your program every Sunday. Oga Chibaka, God bless you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Robert. Thanks so much for calling in. So you were trying to make a point, Chief.
Yeah. About what?
Okay, we're talking about we're still talking about the relationship between you do all the investigations, and I'm asking, how has it been like?
Yes, we have the blessing of working with some security agents, some the police, very cooperative. Let me tell you something. We have excellent policemen, excellent officers, excellent custom officials, very, very excellent. We have excellent EFCC officials, those that see what we are seeing this issue of corruption from the same prism. Yeah. We are seeing it. Yeah.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
Hello?
Hello, good afternoon. We can hear you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon.
I greet you, sir.
We greet you.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon, sir.
Is it Nigeria, right?
No, Basil only, sir.
Only, sir.
Basil only, sir. Is it Benagas for what?
No,
yeah, we're just talking about this. It has a.
I'm the member of BOT of Nagaf. I'm a member of Nagaf.
Hey, my brother, God bless you, sir.
Thank you.
You know why I said it? I'm a club operator. I'm a member of Nagaf KLT. And but my friend is this Chilaka. Sir,
Go ahead.
you see this program?
Make your point, sir. Make your point.
Yeah, my point is this. I'm afraid that custom will close this program because the Bolita is telling you only the absolute truth in Nigeria.
Custom cannot close this program. Rather, custom.
Okay, God bless you. If they cannot do that, please, sir. I want to tell you, it is better that police arrest me than custom to arrest me. He told you that these people, you said the Nigerian system is free, very free, but custom is too bad, too corrupt. I can assure you, if at the collection revenue they are, if custom collect 10 billion for Nigeria, they themselves make their money 50 billion for themselves. Nigeria, as my brother said, is a member of my group, my dad. He said, second name of Nigeria is corruption, and I give you the assurance it is so. So, my brother, God bless you. Just expose all these things. If they want Nigeria to work, it will work. But if you see the system, it cannot work. When you look at it, it cannot work. But if it is possible, it can work. God bless you, sir, for exposing the evil in this country.
Right.
Thank you, sir.
All right,
Thank you very much, my brother.
So, Chief, what has been your advocacy? What has it been like? I mean, you're almost like a lone voice in the desert. The way it is looking now in trying to tackle this issue of corruption within the maritime system, within the maritime space. What has been your experience? Have you been getting the right cooperation?
Yes, my experience that the problem of roadblock, you are aware that it is because of our advocacy that the roadblocks were reduced. From Lagos.
Hello, good afternoon. Hold on, sir. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, afternoon. Welcome. Well, your name and where you're from, please.
You is calling.
Okay, go ahead.
Go
ahead.
I sincerely, honestly, I appreciate the good work you are doing that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much, sir.
Thank you so much. This time, the issue of custom, something transpired yesterday, and my phone rang. I would not like to comment, but concerning the Apapa Wharf Nigerian custom. What I want to share that, imagine that the former INEC reg, Mike Gini, led the custom control general. I just imagine, let us imagine when the man become controller general.
Please, sir, can you be fast? We don't have.
Yeah, daily corruption in Nigeria. You people are sitting there doing a good job. I'm happy that people are calling it out one by one under the administration of so person. Corruption is here. This is what is going on. The control general man, I know his name. You know the boss that put it there. So why I say I would not like to mention them when my call right here today, corruption has eaten deeply. We Nigerian society keeps celebrating them from the village, from the street, the church, the mosque. How do you make your money? I keep saying it. Anybody that come, how do you make your money? And they're just celebrating those people. The villagers, the town people know, the community people know. How do you make your money? My brother, thank you. God bless you.
All right, thank you. Have a nice day.
All right, your point, yeah. You're
Well,
talking about your experiences so far.
my experience is that
is your crusade.
you yourself, you can see the impact of my book, the impact of our advocacy. From Lagos to Port Harcourt, there used to be like 24 custom checkpoints. From Lagos to Port Harcourt.
Wow.
Today, we have about 7 or 8. Though in the night again they will come out. They used to come out, but if you are lucky to travel in the daytime, you will see that there are only 8 from here to Port Harcourt. It was 6, 7. Now somebody reported that some people have regrouped at what do you call it? This man had an aircraft.
Yeah, hold on a second.
Okada.
Okada, one have sprung out of Okada in the bush. So if you follow that bush road, you will see them.
Hello, good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Yeah, I'm Between Chukwuemeka from First Start.
You're welcome, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I know what the man is saying. But the issue is that can it be stopped? This is the question that I've been asking. This, like now, I'm from the eastern part of the country, and sometimes I travel with a vehicle. The officers will be stopping you on the road, and they will tell that the duty you paid was not enough, that you underpaid, it was short payment. Then I ask myself, was it not the same custom that allowed the vehicle to be out on the port? So now, how will the same custom come up on the road, maybe at Ijebu, at Benin, and say that this is short payment? So that has been my question. Nobody has answered this question.
All right, thank you so much. Yeah.
I want to say something about this. The custom has no right to stop a vehicle that has been cleared from the port. If they want to do so, they must arrest the officer that released it. The first thing, they will arrest the officer first, then they will now recall the vehicle. For the officer to come and say, why did you release this from the port when you know that the duty is not okay? But any vehicle that is out of the port, arresting it is a criminal process.
In other words, what you're saying...
And I want to advise the public, if you are arrested, if you can use any system to get your freedom, to take your vehicle home, you go with your vehicle. You did not commit offense by bringing in a vehicle. Oftentimes, the owners of this vehicle are not the ones that cleared it. They cleared it and put it for sale, you bought. Then they will start demanding for duty from you. When you bought it for somebody who cleared it transparently, you release authorized by customs, bam, with their stamp, and then the vehicle exited from the port. Vehicle is not supposed to go out of the port without fulfilling all the righteousness.
Yeah.
So when he goes out, anybody stopping you anywhere is a bandit. If you have the opportunity of treating him as such, please.
So
what is wrong with this
Are you
country?
saying that, for instance, sometimes people clear their goods and they take it to their warehouse, and most of the times we've heard that
Custom went to the...
Yes.
It's part of the stealing. Most of the time. Okay, let me ask you now. Custom arrest minimum of 1,000 vehicles in a month across Nigeria. If they are taking the vehicles to their warehouse, will there be a parking space?
No.
What they do is that they arrest vehicles and collect money from them and let them go. That's what is done officially.
Hello, good afternoon. Your name?
Hello.
Good afternoon. Your name?
Good afternoon. I'm Engineer Philip calling from Ojo.
Okay, please go ahead, sir.
It's what you people are just discussing here. It's just like repeating yourselves. Just like Inspector General of Police who says nobody has the right to search people's phone. What the custom is doing between Ore and my dear brother, if you see it, you are asking yourself, is this human being? Thank you.
Well, let me just respond to that. What we're doing here is to keep people informed, to educate people, and to also ensure that at the end of the day, the CG of Customs, who we know has people who listen to this program, will be able to call his men to order, will be able to do the right thing. That's the whole essence of this program. It's not that we're not wasting our time.
We are not.
We are informing Nigerians, we are educating Nigerians, and that is why anybody we bring will ask you to make sure that whatever you are saying on this program, and that you have your evidences. Yeah. So, yes, there are checkpoints, but you do not expect the CG to be all over the place knowing the checkpoints. But the way you have said it now, the information will get to him, and I know that. Besides,
what did the man say about
this?
He
said that, I think this man has called in once or twice for that. We are wasting time talking about all this because it's going to have no effect. That's the point
okay. To make. I want to say something about it. Yeah. My brother, it will have effect. Do you know that we started saying that it won't have effect until Nigeria deteriorated?
Yes.
Now we are going to say it and Nigeria will be okay. Nigeria will become the country of righteousness in the next 5 years. If you two join, don't chicken away. These people can do nothing to you.
Exactly.
That's all.
That's the spirit.
That's all.
Courage to think right, speak right, and do right all the time.
So, I want to look at your organization, like you said, you're a pressure group. And how do you get funding?
Well,
before you take that, hold on. Okay, go ahead, sir.
Well, like I said, even before we came to this studio, I told you that for now, we are running the organization from hand to mouth, from my pocket, from the pocket of few friends that I have. Are you getting me?
Hello, good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon, sir.
This is the last Adam.
Okay, sir, you're welcome. Please go ahead, sir.
God will bless that man in your studio.
Amen.
God will really bless him mightily and bless your program too, DOT.
Amen. Amen.
Because what the man is saying there is this is just a tip of the iceberg. They have many from the custom, military, police, all to the top of the government. But I believe one thing too, like he rightly said, God is going to expose all these things and deliver this country from Nigeria, from these corrupt demons. God bless you, sir. God bless Nigeria.
Can I read this message? A message just came in. It says, the VOP family, good afternoon to you all. The man in the studio is targeting figure in a highly corrupted nation like Nigeria on the job of investigation. Why? Because pointing light to an evil person in that corner will always raise an eyebrow. Again, truth and lies are not friends. The man is a true Nigerian in a nightmare of wrongs and devilish rotten society like ours. Who will bail the cat? He is bailing the cat by saying this truth anyway. How many of his types are readily available for the good of the country? Terrorist weapons are coming in through these kinds of arrangements. Not plate number on trucks and no examination, no duty paid, movement in the night of trucks and no consistent or government officials who are killing the country, Nigeria. This is Patrick from Oshodi. Of course, the very fact that we have this program and we have the kind of person in the person of Chief Nwolisa here is pointing to the fact that we are trying to bail the cat. Mm-hmm. I mean, when you speak the truth to power, to people in authority, you're trying to bail the cat, saving the society.
Exactly.
Yeah. So.
All right, sir. You were trying to explain to us. Another caller is coming in. Please move from your radio, please.
Oh, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Okay, I'm Macaulay from Mapoluku.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
So you can see wonderful advice and lectures you are giving to good Nigerians who are listening. You think that if you are to stay and speak out, the place of government is do the right thing. You want to know the worldly people, but God is having to work all of you and continue to increase your knowledge. Because all you are in is for the betterment of this society, so that have a very proud society. If only the people in authority will use your good advice. So God bless you all.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so let us know how you found it.
Yes, like
because
I said.
the power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. What will happen tomorrow if custom begins to finance your activities?
The truth of the matter is that a lot of corrupt individuals have come to us for collaboration and we rejected them. I can assure you for free that what you are seeing that we are doing is the collaboration of individuals that are not even up to 6.
Okay.
I'm heading the gang. We try to invest all we have, to the extent that I had to give up my soul. I sold my house to make sure that we achieve. Investigation in Nigeria is the hardest thing in the world. Before you can get any information, you must have to do some needful.
Some PR.
Yes, so I can assure you that for now, we don't have any external influence. They have tried on several occasions, invited me to a meeting, paid my ticket. I went to Abuja. After the discussion, I found out that these people want to destroy my career, and I left. So the truth is that we will continue to do our best, because this sacrifice we are making is for the good of all. I am shocked why we came to fore about 3 years ago was when you see elected officials of groups working against their members, their own members.
The main reason for which
the main reason why you are in organization is for you to work for your people, to rescue them, their welfare from where they are held hostage. But you see an association member telling you that, you man, did you do the right thing? Did you pay the correct duty? Payment of correct duty is the job of customs. It's not the job of importer. I hope you understand me. Because if custom is holding the key to the port, if you did not satisfy them, their container shouldn't leave.
They will not open the door.
I hope you understand me. We should not be saying that the agent did not do the right declaration, importer did not do the right declaration. If they do the wrong declaration, come and do the correct declaration. It is your right. When you do your part, customs did not see your goods. Are you getting me? So they can take it out. You didn't see your goods. When they do physical examination, they have seen your goods. They will compare your declaration with your goods. If the declaration is okay, they say release authorized by custom exited. That is what happens. For another custom to stop the goods is criminality. And they still have the right after examination. They say, this your payment is not okay. Your goods is coming from Japan. It's not China. You know the quality of goods from Japan is stronger than that from China. You declared what you are paying in China. You should pay what you are supposed to pay. It's not supposed to be an offense. Are you getting me? They will tell you, for 9 million you paid, it's not okay. You are paying 13 million or 15 million. You pay, you will find your way. Bro, what is difficult in this?
Sir, please, you have a book. What's the name again and the title?
I have written about 11 books, but
the most recent one.
The most recent book that I wrote is The Toll of Corruption in Nigeria. How illicit roadblocks are causing confusion in the pockets of Nigerians. How illicit checkpoints is extorting Nigerians. Because at the end of the day, you buy tomato, a truckload of tomato, for example, from Kano, you are bringing it to Lagos, and you spend 3 million for settlement of policemen and custom and navy and NDLA. There was a recent story of how an NDLA officer stopped a tomato, loaded the truck, say that they have information that there are drugs under the belly of this thing, and the thing spent 17 days on the road to get to Lagos. On reaching Lagos, the tomato that was left is not up to 20%, and the man has to sell that 20% to salvage his 100%. What does that mean? The citizens of Nigerians are suffering from that criminal act, and at the end of the day, there was no drug. So what is difficult in NDLA making a designated places on where they are loading these goods to check when they are loading and give them clean bill of health, so that when you come, you move straight to your location without being harassed on the road. I can help them organize this thing, and the police should be able, anywhere they are working or custom, anywhere they are putting checkpoint, they should put a CCTV camera that of all the organs will be watching in their office.
Yeah, sir, I think
any roadblock, they just put CCTV there, so that all gas will be seeing their beautiful work.
Okay. Well, so basically, from my understanding, is that all of our problems is basically a thing of either understanding the people understanding their jobs or their duty, or that they are not properly educated. There's this example, a very old example of the Chinese, the Beijing Wall, the Wall of China.
Yes.
I read somewhere that for the first 100 years that wall was built, the indigenous people that it was supposed to protect were allowing enemies to come. They will allow enemies to come in and attack the country, then cut away things. For the first 100 years of that wall existing, that's history. Until one emperor came and said, we have a wall, a physical thing to demarcate us from the enemies. But people they are still coming. You know how high the wall is. They are still finding their way in. So what is happening? It's our people that we need to talk to, educate them. And they started educating the people on the dangers of allowing people to come in. They raid you. If they don't raid you, they raid your neighbor. They raid the neighboring city. They attack the government. They make the government weaker. They started educating.
Yes.
It was when they now started that process of education that the thing stopped.
Yes.
Aligning the enemies were no longer.
Education is important, actually. Education
so why can't we, Nigeria as a nation, keep educating officials of these agencies, different agencies in the sector, to tell them the implication of allowing goods to come in without paying the relevant duties or having the relevant documentation?
Even we have made proposal to government agencies and organizations and groups, telling them that we want to do something like education. We want to carry out some kind of soul searching for their officials. Are you getting me? To tell them that this money they collect today, 100,000 and pocket and go and eat chicken and do this thing, that the impact is telling on our nation, it will destroy a lot of things in Nigeria, including their own generation, the children they have never given birth to. Are you getting what I'm saying? It's just like a man eating his own cake that he's supposed to keep and eat later. And later, when that letter comes, he'll be hungry. We have written many of them, but they are passive because they look at us as enemies. But we are not enemies. Education will do a lot of good because some people don't even know. Like people stealing billions of naira to go and dump abroad. How much of that money have they spent? How much of that money did they enjoy before they die? When they can make our society strong and beautiful, all of us will enjoy. Are you getting what I'm saying? And if all of us are enjoying, you too will be happy seeing Nigerians enjoying, not seeing Nigerians suffering. See our roads. See former Major General this from Kwara State. He died because of plying a bad road in his community where he refused to repair when he was Minister
of Works.
Abdul Karim, whatever. Are you getting me? We are destroying ourselves by ourselves. Because now, for example, there's a contract, I had a scandalous contract that they paid 100 and something billion to do street light. The people shared the money and they put up a street light that cannot even be sustained. After 1 month of the street, everything died. And it is in the corner of darkness of the night that criminals are operating.
Yeah.
And the criminals operating killed one of the contractors that
was supposed to
execute the contract in that community. I hope you understand me. So we are not doing ourselves any good by stealing money. Just think about it that we have electricity 24 hours. Will you be buying fuel? Will you have to service your generator? It's still not impacting on all of us. This is just education. They will not permit it because they see you ab initio as somebody swimming against the tide. I hope you understand me. Somebody exposing them. But in the real sense of us, we can be enemy of everybody. We are not enemy of God. God loves this our job. He loves this thing that we are doing, and He is supporting us. If you ask me, how is He supporting us? For being in good health, to be able to attend to this program in this is a support of God. Okay, so if they begin to respond to our letter, they don't respond when we write. They just ignore us. But does it stop us from coming to the studio? You can't. Will it stop us from talking? If you open the media, you see information for national compliance staff every day. We are on the news every day. You go to our website, you see what they are doing. We are doing great things for God and for humanity. At least if we rescue 100 or 20% of Nigerians from orchestrated criminality across the country. You saw one video where somebody was fighting customs at Ondo State some times ago because they stopped him and were claiming that the duty that he compromised. The guy was asking them, compromise as how? Is somebody that read my book. Are you getting me? He now knows that this is a scam. Nobody has the right to demand for any duty outside the port. And I'm calling the general public, if you can help us, we have cases in court.
Okay.
To finalize some of our cases, so that government officials like us will interpret some of the things they are doing in the face of our laws and constitution. Okay.
So when you say you have cases, please.
We have cases.
You're taking is it that you're taking the government to court, or you're taking customs to court, or you're taking other organizations like yours?
We have cases that we have investigated.
Okay.
Against institutions, against organizations, against parastatals, against shipping companies that are stealing from Nigerians. PTML, for example, collects 7 million naira as debit note for 1 by 40 feet auction container. While in the auction container understanding, if you buy auction container from government 2 million, you can only pay 25% to shipping company, 25% to terminal. The PTML are collecting 7 million naira for 1 by 40.
Why are they doing that?
They are calling it demurrage. How can you collect demurrage from somebody who did not import the container? He is only giving auction, and you know how the auction comes. Are you getting me?
And the demurrage is already been covered by that 25%.
The moment the goods condemned, there's no auction, there's no demurrage again. Okay. Demurrage have been wiped out. You only pay 25% of 1 million, which is 500 and something thousand for 20 feet, 40 feet, 200 and something thousand. But they are collecting 7 million naira.
Now, in this whole thing you just talked, you raised that
this information is factual.
This particular one now, the lawyers are already done their investigation. They have all the documents. We want to go to court, but funding is a problem.
Now, this one, with this kind of situation,
yes,
we have the regulators in terms of shipping and all of that, which is Nigeria Shippers Council.
Nigeria Shippers Council.
So have you approached them?
Yes, it was when we approached them that they said they cannot deal with my case. That's what made us to decide to go to the law court. I was there. They told, I was in the know through somebody, a friend of mine that has a consignment that he was giving debit note 7 million. So I went there and transit confront them. They told me that they cannot. No, they gave me time to go and come back. But someone there also called me and told me that I should know that these people say they can help me. Then I went ahead and helped myself. They actually did the right thing for me. But what about hapless Nigerians?
Okay.
When I got into their place and started to create confusion there with my people, they had to give us debit note, the normal one. But what about those that have stolen?
Sorry, hold on, sir. Please, sir. You said normal.
Normal.
You mean there is abnormal and there is normal?
Yes, 1,075,000 is what they are supposed to give us because of shipping and terminal charge.
And then they give you abnormal.
But they are collecting 7 million from people.
And the Shippers Council is keeping quiet?
Shippers Council are businessmen. They are mere businessmen.
That is a government establishment.
They are so-called people dealing with issues of misrepresentation of activities for shipping company, terminal, and all those organizations. They are not doing their work. They are doing nothing. They are doing it on basis of I know you. Go and pay. Go and meet them. They will collect the 1 million. Do you understand me? It's not supposed to be like that. This is the law of Nigeria. If you buy auction, you pay 25%.
Is it that the Shippers Council hands are tied, making it impossible for them to act?
Who tied their hands? Nobody tied their hands. There's this belief in most federal government organizations that corruption is supposed to be a normal thing. Okay. That's all. Like I was telling you earlier that their guy was explaining to me that the owners of these terminals have to pay their staff. That these containers, that these people that got it on auction were actually the owners of the container that brought it, abandoned it, and they were giving the container auction. Why wouldn't they come and pay some money? Is that what the law says? And who told you under the edicts of Nigerian of this auction, you cannot sell overtime goods to the owner?
Okay.
No, you can't. It's an offense to sell over. If I see it any day you sell overtime goods to the owner, we will sue the customs to court.
But we have cases of people complaining that the people deliberately allow their goods, their containers to
so what happens to those who allow?
Go back and
yes.
buy?
Deliberately allow their containers to stay long so that they will buy it. I don't have a case beforehand, but what I will tell you is this: it is an offense. You check our laws. I will look for that reference and send it to you. It is an offense for auction to be sold to customer officials. Mm-hmm. It is an offense to sell that auction to the owner of the goods, the importer. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
So that thing cannot be proven anywhere. If they do it, then it's criminal and it should be dealt as a criminal matter. I don't understand me. It's a lie. They believe that's on imagination. And they are believing that it is the same. They are not believing because they can't believe what is not possible now. That it is the importer that is buying it. How?
All right, sir. So we're really running out of time. I'd like to have you just 1 minute. Let's take this call before we finish. Hello, good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Hello,
good afternoon. Okay, go ahead, sir.
Please, I don't have more to say. This my brother has said it since you started this program. There have been listening, not this particular one. Since the inception of this your program, this is the best little I've ever had. He has said it all. He has said it all. Especially the last one at election now. That they will deliberately delay your container, at the end of the day, they will sell it off to themselves. And in that business, at times, some of them, they really buy the people from the north, from Ibadan, from Ondo, from Akure, they go somewhere at Yaba, have a road there. They will there that they want to auction a container. You will see mama that don't even know how to write her name. They will allocate 40 feet container to that person. In your presence, the person goes about that claim. Thank you. God bless you. My brother, God bless you very well.
Thank you very much. You are blessed.
This is the Maritime and Border Show. We have Dr. Basil Chudinwodisa here at the studio.
Your parting shot, sir.
Your parting shot, sir. Your parting shot.
My parting shot is that this our dream is part of our patriotism to the nation, our citizenship, to make sure that things change. We are not targeting anybody. We have no enemies. I don't know any enemy at all that I'm targeting. We are targeting the good of Nigeria. We are trying to kind of call officials of Nigerian government anywhere you are to do the right thing, to remove our country from this downward trend so that we can grow again. Nigeria is a nation of great potentials. There's no resources on this planet that you cannot see here. Let us become reasonable at least and do the right thing. And let us refuse to vote for criminals who will come up with criminal ideas to continue running down the nation so that our children will not suffer. This is my contribution. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you so very much, sir. It's been Maritime and Border Show with Dilio Tommy and
Prince Chilaka. Well, we've come to the end of today's program. It's been quite educative. It's been quite informative. It's been an eye opener to the things that are happening within the maritime industry, especially within the Nigerian Customs Service. I believe that today's program would also make the CG of Customs to begin to think of other ways. He's been talking about innovation, technology, but you also need to look at your personnels, the manpower. How are they faring? How are they treating the partners? Because you have moved people, you've moved them from being stakeholders to partners. People are complaining that there's a lot going on in terms of corrupt activities of, your personnel. It is time to look into it, and I believe that you will do something about it, because the show is meant to also help you and help other, agencies working within the maritime and blue economy to be able to render qualitative service to Nigerians and to ensure that, Nigerians are happy at the end of the day. So, it's been a pleasure, hosting this program. My name is Prince Chilaka. I'm signing out.
It's a wonderful week ahead. This is Dilip Utomi.
Thank you very much. You are blessed.